Hey up folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the ANCEL BM700 Pro Diagnostic Scanner. It's a powerful tool designed for BMW and Mini vehicles, but it also works on OBD2 compliant cars, so essentially it's any car after 2001. But I must stress, the OBD2 protocol, it's a generic protocol, so it will only give you very basic engine emissions diagnostics. It won't give you more complex, proprietary, comprehensive diagnostics for any of the other control modules. Now, I've been testing it for the past week and I've been putting it through its paces, and in this video I'll walk you through the features, how it performs, and whether it's worth adding to your garage. So when you open the box initially, you get the BM700 Pro unit itself. You get a USB cable for lifetime updates, so you just plug it into your laptop, download the software from ANCEL's website, and you're good to go. The scanner feels really sturdy. It's got this really rugged sleeve, which is quite handy if you're using it in the garage. It doesn't feel cheap at all, and the buttons are quite tactile as well. And you'll see that it's quite bright today here in Yorkshire, and you'll see that the screen is quite clear to see. Now, the scanner itself, it's loaded with features beyond just diagnostics. So when I say diagnostics, I mean beyond just reading and clearing fault codes. For BMW and Mini owners, it supports full systems diagnostics. As I mentioned previously, the OBD2 protocol only gives you access to the engine system, and even then it's very basic, generic emissions related fault codes, because without going into too much detail, the OBD2 protocol was originally designed for emissions reasons to control pollution. But anyway, this is an all systems diagnostic tool, so it implements BMW's proprietary protocols. So it will let you access the engine, transmission, ABS, SRS, and even body and chassis modules. You can obviously read and clear fault codes. You can view live data streams. And what's really powerful is it gives you the ability to perform maintenance functions, which the cheaper scanners will not and cannot do. So we're talking about oil service reset and performing the electronic parking brake retraction function. So that's if you want to replace the brakes on the rear calipers. So that's known as the EPB function. So again, if you don't have a BMW, you can still use this scanner, but it will just give you basic check engine light diagnostics. But it's still, I suppose it's a bonus to have if you have multiple vehicles that are non-BMW. Now, let me show you how it works. So I've plugged it into the OBD2 port. It comes with an integrated OBD2 cable, which powers it as well. And as I mentioned before, the menu is quite straightforward, no confusing icons. User interface is quite clean, quite clear. It actually has two modes. It has a day mode and a night mode, so you can adjust the contrast. So I've got the day mode set up right now. So what we'll do is we'll run a diagnostic scan. So let's go into BMW, and you can see it also supports Rolls-Royce if you're lucky enough to own one. So we'll just go into BMW. And you get different options. You can view the last scan that was run. You can do an auto VIN search. We can select the particular vehicle, or we can just go straight into the control modules. For now, let's just demonstrate the auto VIN feature. There we are, it's picked it up straight away. Now, it won't always pick the auto VIN feature. It has a database of vehicles. It doesn't always work, but if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. You can just manually go in and select the vehicle. So let's go ahead. So this is a BMW 2 Series that we're working on today. So here we have various options: basic functions, special functions, and erase all system fault codes, which is quite convenient because some of the other tools, they either you have to manually go into each control module, whereas this is quite interesting. It gives you the ability just to clear fault codes all in one go. Anyway, for today, we're going to demonstrate going into basic functions, and you get two options. You can do an auto scan or a manual scan of the control modules. It's much better, to be honest, just to do a full system scan, because it will give you an overview of all the systems in one go. So let's go ahead, do system scan. So you can either scan the 4 main systems, but today we'll just scan all systems. Okay, there we are. It's going through. So as you can see, the red ones, it's identifying various faults. It's pretty quick as well, because I've noticed some scanners tend to be very slow, but this seems to be quite quick in scanning. So the number on the right hand side is indicating the number of faults identified. Right, nearly there. Okay, there we are. So this vehicle is clearly in need of some TLC. So let's go ahead and access the engine control module, see what faults we've got there. So let's read fault codes. And we've got 15 errors there for us to cycle through. You can see oxygen sensor behind CAT signal. Let's cycle through what some of the other errors we've got. Oh, we'll start off with number 2. Info particulate filter system. Charging pressure actuator. So there's a lot of errors on this vehicle. So let's just go back. So that was demonstrating scanning the control modules for faults. Let's look at the menus for the special functions. So if we go back. Back again, special functions. And here you've got various different functions, CBS function, transmission control, electric fuel pump, that's for battery management, that's for battery coding. If you need to register a new battery. And then we've got the EPB, electronic parking brake, as I mentioned before. And steering angle sensor recalibration. And so there we have it, folks. So just wrapping up. So is the ANCEL BM700 Pro worth it? If you own a BMW or Mini and want to save money on diagnostics, absolutely. It gives you dealer level functions at a fraction of the cost, saving you a costly trip to the dealership. If you buy one of the more cheaper universal OBD tools, it will only give you generic fault codes. It will only be able to diagnose the engine system, providing you with emissions related fault codes. It won't give you the more proprietary, advanced, detailed diagnostics. So this one's quite hard to beat. It's quite handy if you've got a small workshop or if you're a DIY enthusiast. It's got wide compatibility with BMW and Mini models, even the BMWs from the early 90s. You might need the adapter for the older vehicles, the OBD2 converter. The menus are quite easy to use. It's very clear. Good user interface. It reads more than just engine codes, as I mentioned before. It gives you full systems coverage, and again, it's quite hard to beat because this comes with free lifetime updates via the USB cable, so you can't really go wrong. No expensive subscription fees that are usually found in the more expensive dealer level tools. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching, and if you found this review helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your thoughts or questions, and see you in the next video.